The idea that land and independence are separate struggles. This is colonial, this is actual colonial logic. It is designed to make liberation sound petty. Because if Mau Mau was just about land, then it's local. And if it's local, it's anti-colonial. And if it's anti-colonial, it's not about freedom. This rhetorical trick lets people say, sure, Mau Mau had legitimate grievances, but they weren't freedom fighters. Not in the real sense. And here's the problem. Land is freedom. You see, in pre-colonial Kenya, land was the basis of political authority, the source of economic autonomy, the foundation of cultural identity, the marker of sovereignty. When you controlled land, you controlled the future. When colonialism arrived, the first thing it did was to redefine land as property, or redetermine land as property, something that could be owned, bought, and sold. This wasn't just economic, it was political. Because once land becomes property, then communities become tenants. Governance becomes administration. Sovereignty becomes legal fiction. The 1915 Crown Lands Ordinance declared all unoccupied land property of the British Crown. Of course, the land wasn't unoccupied. It was used for grazing, fallowing, seasonal agriculture, but British law didn't recognize African land systems. So with one law, millions of acres became available for white settlement. And here's the question. If colonialism started with land theft, if apartheid centered on land ownership, if every liberation movement from Algeria to Zimbabwe fought over land, how can anyone say that land is not about independence and is economic freedom? You can't be sovereign if you're landless. Political autonomy. You can't govern if you do not have a controlled territory. Cultural survival. You can preserve identity without place. National sovereignty. You cannot be independent if foreigners own your country. So to fight for land is to fight for nationhood. And anyone who tells you otherwise is either ignorant of history or plain simply lying.